Good morning, folks. It is Saturday, June 21st, 2025. It is 9:10 a.m. in the morning. And we're going to do a weigh-in. Weigh-in is the same as yesterday, so... Oh, yesterday we done some different things.
Your weight is 268.2 pounds.
So you see that, you hear that. I had the heavy meal on my wife's birthday the day before. We're only up like maybe 0.6 pounds from my low, so it's not like it's a big deal. And what does Cole say? Sometimes you have stalls for a handful of days when your body's going through metabolic changes, and that's probably what's going on with me. I've experienced this, and then I've had drops. I've had success with the belt. I wonder what the belt's looking like now. Yeah. We got the 36, 38 size belt here. Let me go out there on the porch and we'll try it and see how the inches are coming along in my waist. As you note before, I could squeeze it into that first hole on this belt, and it was very, very uncomfortable. I think that was like 2 weeks ago, so it's been like 2 weeks since I done the belt trick, so yeah. I guess it's about time for another one. Whew. See if I got everything still set up for it right here. Yeah, that should do it. But yeah, that's it. That's the waist 36, 38 belt. Oh yeah, it goes on a little bit easier now. A lot easier now, in fact. I can find that first hole. It's still a little snug, but nowhere near what it was. Nowhere near what it was. I could probably get away with wearing this all day now, compared to a few weeks ago. Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty snug. But it's not like killing me snug like it was a few weeks ago. But that's encouraging. That's encouraging. I'll be heading toward that second hole in that belt before too long. I could probably squeeze into that second hole if I tried hard enough. I'm not going to do that right now, but... that's a lot of inches. That's a long way to come down right there in the waist in the past couple of weeks. That's a long way to come down to where that first hole is. That's definitely a few inches. And the deeper I get into these 260s, the better this is going to start fitting. If I ain't mistaken, this might be the last belt I conquered back in 2022. And one of the rumblers that are still around, my friend Angie, said that she kept track of all of the rumble stuff and all of our progress, and even tracks my current progress, and is on a different weight loss journey herself than what I'm doing, with great success and results in her own right. Yeah, she tracked my low for 2022, which was 246.8. 246.8, I think, is what it was. But yeah, that's like what? At this point right now, that's what, about 20 pounds away? That's about 20 pounds away. I'm 20 pounds away from my old low in 2022. And it took me until the fall, toward the holiday season, to get there in 2022. And that was from me starting the diet just like I did this year on day one. On day one of the year. I done the same thing this year. I started on day one of this year. I actually lost some weight before I was on the sugar diet. I've actually lost a total of more like 60 pounds overall. Because 20 of that come from intermittent fasting and calorie control and a little bit of keto thrown in for a month, which was basically me just doing more calorie control on keto, because I could buy a lot of those keto breads and buns and stuff. Even though they're at a higher cost, they're definitely at a lower calorie count. And yeah, I was totally using stuff like that to my advantage. The weight loss was coming off, but not as fast as it's doing now, or it has been in the past month and a half. Not as fast as this whole sugar, let's just call it what it is. Let's just call it this zero fat, low fat experience. That's basically what it is in a nutshell. We're just cutting out the fat. And you know it's got to be there's got to be something good to it for all these other top-notch influencers to come out and make videos against it. Why would they do that if they feel like everything is secure on their end? Is it really? We can't tell by all these videos you're coming out with lately. But yeah, it's just like Cole said, look for the people who actually have some weight to lose. I mean, it's easy to get caught up in an influencer that's already thin, and I've talked about this a lot. If you want to look into whatever diet that you're looking into, look into influencers that actually have weight to lose. Everybody wants to follow the guys who are already thin or already fit and stuff, and that's understandable because everybody wants to be there. I get it. But if you want to see the real ups and downs and the struggle of whatever diet that you're choosing to follow, choose the big guys or the big girls that have some weight to lose on these diets. Choose some, that have something, to earn by making these type of diets work for them. And you will see the real ins and outs and struggles and everything of the people. And if they're being honest, they're going to talk about, their food and the amounts of foods they are eating as well, because that also plays a factor in it, whether anybody wants to talk about that elephant in the room or not. That's why I like Cole, because he's not afraid to address it. He's not afraid to address that elephant in the room. But go check out the people with the real struggles in life, and see what they're going through. And if they're successfully losing weight, you'll know. You'll know, because if they're talking about, they're doing, let's just say, carnivore with an OMAD, if they're talking about going that route, then you know that they're going to be restricting. An OMAD is just automatically taking you into a place of restriction. All right, sorry about that. Hey, company coming up. But yeah, if somebody's talking about doing an OMAD, I don't care what diet they're on. I mean, you could do an OMAD with, like I talked about in the video, you're going into a restriction mode then. And when I'm talking about restriction, I mean calorie deficit. Because think about it, even if you eat 2,000 calories, or even let's just say you ate 2,500 calories, which would be most people's, well, at least men, that'd be that'd be like on the higher end of their calorie amounts, to sustain weight, for a day, for an entire day. But if you was to eat that amount all in one setting, which is hard to do, by the way, it's very hard to eat that amount in one meal. Well, I guess some people can do it. I can't. I could probably go 700 to 800 calories at a time per meal. But some people, I guess could do it. But normally, if you'd eat around that amount all at once, your body's going to burn more calories naturally throughout the day, especially if you're doing an early time restricted feeding, on your calorie amounts. You're going to burn more calories, especially toward the afternoon, than you are any other time of the day. And I'm not talking about with exercise either. I'm talking about just through natural activity, or just naturally being awake. It's just the way our bodies are wired to do. So naturally, if you do an OMAD like that, then naturally over time your body's going to drop weight from doing that. I've been through it. I've done it. I've competed against it with just eating regular food, and others doing their carnivore stuff. I've been there. It's just all boils down to basically the same type of weight loss. That occurs. It's just all the same. It's just all the same. It just all boils down to being able to control your food intake. It's what it's always been about, no matter the diet. I mean, some things help differently than others. Some things, you can eat a higher volume of and be able to control the calories in the same way and be able to eat more often throughout the day. That's why this low fat thing is a good thing for people, because it truly is. It truly takes some tremendous willpower to go eat a double quarter pounder and French fries a day, and to be able to hold on to that all the way to the next day when it's time to do something similar to that again the next day. I have done it on this channel. I've done it successfully on this channel. When I lost the 80 pounds, that's the type of stuff I was doing. I've documented it. It's all in video on this channel. If you want to dig for it, it's there. It's there to see. It's there to see. I'm not just talking the talk. I've walked it. I walked the walk, and I've done the scale weights just like I'm doing now. Just like I'm doing now on the regular. And eating that type of way. And I can tell you, now that I've done both, this is definitely the easier way. Just being able to take in some calories. And, I've had people ask me recently, why are you eating trash? Why not just the fruit? And, they're kind of right. I could go back to the fruit and do the same thing, but at some point the fiber from the fruit bloats you up and causes a stall, especially when you've been doing it for days and days and days in a row. You want to kind of give your body a break from that, so when you do return to it, it can be effective again. You got to switch things up. That's how you keep moving along, by switching things up. At some point, you adjust. You adjust to the way things are going, and then you have to switch things up. So that's my plan. When I have the need to, jump back and switch things back to, the 2 smoothies a day for a while. See how that goes. This is about weight loss, weight loss, and right now I'm liking the sodium intake and the way that's going from the V8. I haven't quite dialed it in for myself, but I'm working on it. And I do like the fact that you get an instant break from that hunger. It got me through a night last night where I didn't have any pizza. And I mean, that pizza was smelling good too, man. That Domino's pizza they had up in the house. Shoot. That V8 got me through that. That got me through. If it wasn't for having that around, I might have broke. But I didn't. I held steady, and I think we'll have a big result from it in the next couple of days on that scale. If it ain't tomorrow, it'll be Monday. Usually it's always been every 2 days after a big meal like I've had. I have a few stall days. Handful of days is nothing to sneeze at, Even if it was 3 or 4 days, that's okay, as long as the scale ain't going up. And about it not being my exact current low, maybe it was all along. Maybe some of that was just partial water, you know. So maybe my low is what it's reading this morning. I don't know. We'll find out in the morning. All right, folks, that's all I got for this one. So until the next one, you folks have a good one.